Hi, everybody. Good to see everybody tonight. Hopefully, y'all are enjoying. Feels like a super heated, sunny summer afternoon. Uh, see who we got in here. Rachel, it's good to see you, and Dixie After Dark, good to see you as well. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Got a pretty neat little live stream here coming. Get to see what's becoming of the garden. Some of it good, some of it not so good, but you'll get to see it either way. It's changed quite a bit since it's changed quite a bit. Stuff's growed up and stuff's getting tall. We've already pulled some stuff today. Pulled the cabbage yesterday, and we really need to be out here pulling the onions, but we'll wait a little bit. Welcome in, Carolyn and Philip. Good to see y'all. About probably an hour ago, we got hit by a pretty good rain and wind storm. Some of our corn got blew over, and some of our squash plants got flipped over, but they'll come back hopefully. But I'll show y'all. You see the onions? Onions really need to be pulled. They're starting to die back. So, but these, I think it's 2 rows. We did the last live stream. We planted this row and that row live with y'all, and you can see how big it's already gotten. That's the green beans. Uh, it's actually been a minute since I've tilled this garden. You can see the grass growing up in it. I need to get out here and plow and all that, but it rained on me, so I couldn't do that. But and these are the October beans that we replanted. They've come up pretty good. This is the okra. It's real grassy. We got to get in here and hoe that. But this row here we got finished yesterday, and uh, yeah, cucumber. Yeah, we've been picking cucumbers like every day. Hello, my brother's in here, and Phil, Bud Files. Good to see y'all. Thank you for coming. See all this grass right in here that's dead. That's where we got in here hoeing the other day. We still got 3 more to do, and this area here is empty, but this one has the peanuts. That's what's right there. Got peanuts, and then this is our cucumbers. They've been growing like crazy. Hell, there's some in here now. We just picked these yesterday. There's that one, that one. Some of them need a day or two, but already growing. Janet, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in, everybody. Appreciate y'all. So far, it's going pretty good. Like I said, those 3 rows of okra is getting away from us. We gotta get in there and get those hoed out good. The tomatoes we was working on earlier, the first 5 or 6, I got tomato baskets on them, and down here, Dad run some pieces of wood with stabs and tied it to it, and then laying the tomatoes over that to get them off the ground. Uh, this right here got blown over in that windstorm earlier. We'll have more cucumbers ready probably tomorrow. But that picture, that basket full, that was taken yesterday, and we got all that. Here's some tomatoes already fell off. Daggum it. I had to take these in and We'll set them up and let them turn ripe. And then right here, these few plants is some of the potatoes that came up. We planted a second row, but yeah, the green beans is those 2 rows that me and Hope planted last live. We do have 2 little short rows of green beans, but this part right here is what got the most damage. All the squash got blown over. The zucchini too. We'll have to come out here and see if we can't lay them back over. If they will. The wind blew all this over. There's some. This one didn't get bothered too bad. That's good. I got out here yesterday in this garden and plowed as much as I could till. But you can see right through there where that corn's kind of laid over. We had a volunteer watermelon plant come up right there. But he just dug these. They're good size, ain't they? Dang. Look at that. Them thing's big. Heck yeah. Them be good soup or something. Welcome in, Shirley. Good to see you. Carolyn, everybody, welcome in. But hopefully, all this squash stuff, it flips itself back over and keeps it going. Corn's already higher than my head, and it's already got silks on it. Other than a few that got blown down, and this little trick right here's worked. Look at the blueberries. Squash, we kind of done a succession of squash. We planted these last half a couple weeks after. But now the corn's rather, you see the spotty on the corn like this. Uh, a couple weeks ago, the local farmer was out here spraying this field before he planted his corn, and what he sprayed got in our corn and kind of hurt it a little bit. But the watermelons down through there is coming in good. This corn got laid over some, and sporadically out through there is cantaloupes. Little neighbor's kitten. Hi, kitty. That looks like one of the ones we found in a bucket. We found a little kitten in a bucket. And it was about to rain, so we got him out of the bucket and brought him up here to the people that own the cat. And yeah, right there, there's a couple of. I still need to get some more of this grass out of here. This looks better compared to what it did look like. It was one solid grassy field, but we took care of that. For copperheads, yeah, I've heard they're bad this year. And John, good to see you, brother. Hopefully, you're still having a good time down there at the beach. Appreciate you popping in. But you see, kind of why we done a succession of corn there. The corn over there is way tall, and this corn here is shorter. So whenever this corn over here comes in, this one will be still growing, and we'll have corn all year. And then this watermelon, and it's already got some blooms on it finally. So we'll have watermelons hopefully. But we lost a few of the water or the corn, but I hope it still makes anyway. But let's see, food forest, permaculture. Good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in. Yeah, they called Philip. They called that the Three Sisters. You do squash, green beans, and corn together, and the green beans climb the corn plant, and they all three feed each other. You know their nutrients, and the low-lying squash plants. They actually, cover the bottom of the corn plants to keep them from the grass growing up in them. But we can see that sky back there. It rained like crazy. I brought my table saw and cut some of these pieces of wood up, and Dad drove some little short pieces of pipe in the ground, and then we tied the little pieces of wood to that, and then just let the little green tomatoes hang over, and that'll get those off the ground where they'll at least make, hopefully. But our goal is to get these 3 rows looking like that one where no grass is in it, but we got to have time. And then sporadically up through here is the peanuts. They come up here and there, but hopefully Hope will get a good mess out of that because that's her favorite. She loves peanuts. But these cucumbers, boy, they're growing like crazy. Be be glad to eat them, boy. I love cucumbers. Hugo Culture Mounds, that's cool. Awesome, Mary Food Forest Permaculture, that's cool. Yeah, there ain't nothing like some good old gardening food. For lunch, just before I came over here to Dad's and got to work, I had an apple and some fresh out of the garden cucumbers. So, but we got uh, we got 2 garden tillers going this year. So we got one bigger garden tiller that's good for laying off the rows and the real thick grassy areas. It turns it good, and then we got a smaller one that does really good between the plants. And then the other day, while I was at trade day, I found what they call a wheel hoe. It kind of looks like an old fashioned plow that you hook to a horse, but it has a wheel on the front of it, and then it has a plow on the back. And it's mostly for like laying off rows, but I couldn't pass it up for just $10. There we go. Put the Let that runner run up this fence while we can. There we go. We got part of these staked up, and then we got part of them running along the ground, and then we just keep them picked so we don't have to worry about them rotting. He's going down through there picking a few, but yeah, we still got work to do through here. We gotta pull these weeds and get the grass out of the okra here, but we'll sure enough be eating okra soon enough. And These two rows are the green beans, which I need to get back in there and hoe that like crazy. But and then this second planting of these October beans, they took off pretty good. They need to be hoed again. But you go down here to the tomatoes. We got the tomatoes on a few baskets that we had. I went to get the rest of my baskets, but somebody made off with them. See, these tomatoes are just loaded. Even the ones that's just this right here is the reason why we want to get these off the ground because this one's not doing so good. Neither is this one. But tomorrow or something, we'll get out here and run kind of like this right here, like that. We'll let that tomato sit up on there like that. That way, these the plants can get some air to them. Just enough to keep these tomatoes, which that one broke. So I'll just go ahead and pull that up and we'll carry it out and set it in the windowsill and let them ripen. But hopefully we'll get these going good because there ain't nothing like a good tomato and some cucumbers. But usually this field right here has normally got uh, corn or something, but they've sold it. They sold the one across the road too. Strange, ain't it? But bread and butter pickles. Hey, flying squirrel, good to see you. Yeah, 100% agree with that. Them things grow every like just crazy. But I wish those was red, but they didn't hardly make it. They broke, but that's okay. Well, there'll be some mighty good fried green tomatoes either way. That and some fried squash. But yeah, well, it was broke already. But you did find some. Dang, we just picked those yesterday. I picked about that much 2 months ago. Yeah, we took. If y'all saw the post I made yesterday, I took that great big white pan full of cucumbers with some squash and tomatoes over to my wife's grandpa's house, and he'll make some pickles and stuff like that with them. Hey, Jackie, good to see you. Welcome in. Making a great wifer. Oh yeah, yeah. That's funny. Making a great wife for Autumn. That's funny. I hadn't always growed a garden. Dad has, but I've always food with flowers or something. So yeah, I've got a little table outside on right in front of the house. There, I got them sitting on the table right in full sun, turning right. But my problem is I keep going out there and getting in them and cutting for fried green tomatoes. I gotta quit. But I got one more cabbage plant that we're gonna see if it'll make it. The rest of them we pulled up because they started turning rotten on the bottom. But this last one right here is Hopefully it'll do something. It looks like it's getting eat alive, but either way. And we got these pepper plants too. That's already got peppers. Look at there, pepper. And then he just dug these potatoes right here. I'm sure there's more to be got now there. There is. There we go. Look at there. Look at that.
We down over there, cabbage.
Yeah. How many's left?
About 5, I think.
Done pretty good so far.
Especially that this right here was a yard for 7 years.
So our garden was actually right there where that pile was last year. Had a little bitty one. Now we got our big garden tiller back, and then I replaced the motor on it, and then we got another one. So cucumbers and tomatoes is my favorite. Corn, potatoes, and these is like I said. This is the second growing of these. We planted these way after those. And they just kind of come up sporadically. But yeah, Shirley, I remember working garden with my grandma and grandpa too. That's always good memories. But usually the way I do the garden is I'll go to work 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. and come over here and work some in it. But it's got. We're talking about if you guys even or watch Celebrating Appalachia, they have a lot of cattle panels and that kind of stuff. We're talking about maybe doing something like that for tomatoes. You know, you can just clip it to that. Maybe cucumbers too. Just let them grow.
Take the big yellow ones that people throw away and you make salmon fish.
Yeah, we're gonna let some of the. Well, hey, native, good to see you. Take some of those cucumbers that get about 3 foot long and yellow, and take the seeds out of them, and then cut them up, and like he said, make cinnamon pickles. And those things are good. But hopefully everything keeps doing good. Right now, the rain's just about right. I think hot for 2 or 3 days, but it rains in the afternoons. And talking about hot, it's been so miserable, uh, crazy hot, like in the 90s, and feels like plus 100. And it's really hard on Hope. She can't hardly take that kind of heat now. It makes her so sick. So we don't even really get out of the house till 4:30 in the afternoon a lot of times. But we had to take her to the doctor Monday because I like to use that. Uh, we had to take her to the doctor because we went swimming at a little small public beach over here about an hour from our house, and she got dirt and under her insulin pump, and it got it infected. So we had to carry her to the doctor and get her some antibiotics, which it's healing fine, but we wanted to catch it while it was early because any kind of, with her sickness and everything, any kind of sickness just extra hard on her. So,
I hate it that you got diabetes like me.
but everything looks good. Hopefully, we'll just keep it that way, and maybe it'll improve some. Getting these, have to get those tomatoes off the ground. Some on the. Still got a little work to do, but we'll get there. Make going.
Get rid of all that stuff. This garden's gonna come over right here.
We may cut some of that fence and make some of those baskets with it.
Yeah, anything. I mean, I don't know what happened to
We got
that fence that I had.
there's some fence going that way. We can take and make some more of these baskets, wire them together, zip time together, and then put them down through there too. I have to get some wire cutters and zip ties, but that'll work. It'll work really good actually. We can make them bigger around. So,
Oh, that grass is still.
but well, welcome, Tarsha. Didn't see you come in there. I apologize for not saying hello to you. Appreciate it. Autumn's calling me. Had to hang up. But anyway, I just wanted to give y'all a quick update and let y'all see the garden and how it's progressed. Which it's progressed pretty doggone good, I think. If we can get out here and finish hoeing those 2 rows of okra and stuff, I think it'll do good. All this right here will just come out with the garden tiller. It'll come right out with the garden tiller. We'll get it all turned, and the area where the potatoes are, we'll get that turned. And I bought something called corn salad. It's sort of like a winter type, early spring, late fall type of a plant, and we're gonna plant some of that this year, a little later at the end of summer. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all coming, and I guess until next time, I'll see y'all later.